Hello my dear friends, I'm going to be solving this problem which says show that the angle between two straight lines is given by theta equivalent to arctan of the modulus of m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2, and m1 m2 are the gradients of the two straight lines. So let's right away go and solve it. We shall begin with considering two straight lines, okay, on a Cartesian graph x and y. Okay, we have two straight lines, each of which makes an angle with the horizontal. So the gradient of this line, this line may be 1, has a gradient m1, which is the same as tan alpha. Likewise, this one makes also an angle alpha 2, and it therefore makes a gradient tan alpha 2, because it makes an angle alpha 2 with the horizontal. So having understood that, now what is the angle between the two lines? It will therefore be the angle from here to there minus the angle from here to there, and that will be the foundation of the whole problem. So therefore, you can see that therefore that angle is equal to 90 minus alpha 2 minus 90 minus alpha 1. When we proceed and open the brackets, you will find that the 90s will cancel out, and you finally end up with 9 with alpha 1 minus alpha 2. When we proceed, we have already said that m1 is tan alpha 1 and the gradient m2 is tan alpha 2. So we call this equation 1, we call this equation 2. So let's look at the equation 1. Let's take tan both sides, and therefore when we open the tan of alpha 1 minus alpha 2, that's what we would get. Then we substitute in those values, and finally this would come to this, which is as required above there. So now we are given those two equations, the two straight lines, we are supposed to calculate the angle in between them. So arrange them in form of y is equal to mx plus c, and finally calculate their gradients and then substitute in the equation, and that will give you the final answer. Thank you. Remember